Moglers! This is the #1 potato bus coming at you for MogPod podcast, season 3, episode 7. Today we got Jared.
Hello.
Hang on, but where is Jared?
I'm over here. This is where I am.
In relation to Murad.
That's right, in relation to Chris.
Yeah.
He's
I'm on the other side of Murad from Chris.
Yeah.
No, he's to the furthest possible way left of Chris.
Well, no, you are.
No, yeah, other than me.
Yeah.
Other than me. And we got Chris.
Hello. I'm to Murad's furthest possible, right?
Oh goodness, it's going to be a good one today, folks.
Yes.
I can tell already.
So thanks for joining us. This episode, we can start off with the card of the week, and then Worlds just happened. Worlds was very exciting. Lots of memes, lots of stuff.
I presume it was. I didn't actually catch it.
Yeah,
I've heard things about what happened, but I haven't had a chance to look at the games yet.
Yeah, you still can. It's on Twitch for anybody that hasn't posted it as well.
Excellent.
But we're just gonna be dissecting some of the world decks and seeing what ticks and what doesn't tick. Yeah.
We'll take a look at the finalists' decks because it was we should probably explain why we'll be looking at the decks. We'll cover that.
Yeah, we'll cover that one
when we get to it. For anyone who doesn't know, the format is slightly different at Worlds.
Yeah. So let me just get all this stuff.
So our card of the week this week is Zezat.
Yeah.
Who's a 4-cost Dawn Warrior. He's an 8k Earth card.
Mm-hmm.
So he's a slightly more interesting Earth card than usual.
Right.
That's because he borrows other elements.
And he has 4 different action abilities. His first action ability is Earth, Zezat gains 2,000 power until the end of turn. So it's the only ability.
That's the strongest one I've seen used, actually.
It's the only ability you can use just by discarding a card as well.
Yeah.
That's why it's the strongest one.
Need a backup to use as well. The second ability, Chris, this is kind of your ability.
You got Earth and Ice. Choose a dull forward, deal at 4,000 damage.
Right, what's the next one?
Earth, Wind, choose 1 forward, activate it.
And we all know you're the lightning player, too.
Apparently. It's the closest thing to a fire activation, I guess. Earth and Lightning, choose an active forward, deal at 4,000, so it's the opposite of the second ability.
It has been confirmed by the Twitter FTCG that you can't discard 2 cards to get that second ability.
Yes, you can. Yeah, that would make sense. I
think,
within the rules.
So there's
an Earth card and a Lightning card. You can also discard 2 Earth cards if you really wanted to activate the first one once, right?
You can't do that.
You can't?
No, because that'll be overpaying. Because you've already got 2 Earth CP now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So there's something. I'll be honest. The only reason I wanted to talk about this card today is because of Gremlin.
Yeah.
So if we see Gremlin, as we all know, Gremlin is an ice monster. It's one of the monsters that doesn't do anything until something happens to your opponent. In this particular case, when your opponent discards a card from his or her hand due to your summons or abilities, Gremlin turns into a 7k. And I saw a mono ice versus mono earth. Mm-hmm. The mono earth has Zezat in play.
It's a 2-drop and becomes a 7k.
But they had Zezat in play. It was Gary. He had his Zezat. And with the Gremlins, whenever the ice player tried to make Gary discard some cards, he just used Zezat.
Yeah.
And then Gremlin never turned into a forward. It was amazing. That's the whole reason I wanted to talk about Zezat.
That's pretty much it. That's it, folks.
There's plenty of other things we can talk about with Zezat. He's the only other card that he's really like is the Gilgamesh from Opus 3, I want to say. Was it Opus 3?
No.
Why is he like
I don't think it was
that?
Opus.
No,
it was Opus 3.
Yeah,
the Opus 3 one with all the different abilities.
You make Zezat, not Gremlin. I was like, wait,
yes, Zezat. Gremlin isn't anything like any Gilgamesh.
He's Gilgamesh, not Zezat. Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Zezat and Gilgamesh are anyway. I was just bringing up that they're similar, and I had a lot of fun playing with this Gilgamesh, just sort of almost out of element in a mostly fire deck.
Yeah, that was the deck that goes around that. It took people by surprise. It's called Gilgamesh Cannon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and you just play 3 Gilgamesh, 3 7-drop Odin.
And you also played.
And then all the fire cards.
And you also played Palom and Summoner and things that could buff the damage that he was doing.
You mean Opus 3 Palom?
Yeah. with Zezat, you don't really have to do that because the chunks that he's dealing out are already quite significant.
Yeah, but also fire is not one of the elements that Zezat supports.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though, right? Like,
I've also seen mono Earth decks activate all of Zezat's abilities.
Yeah, that's the same.
Mughal.
Like you don't even need to be playing.
Yeah, I mean, Zezat is a really cool card. I mean, the thing with the only deck that I thought that he would go in personally was obviously Dawn Warriors because if you're going Earth Dawn Warriors because of Kikaluf.
Yeah.
And the other thing is a Mughal deck, like because the Mughal FFC. This guy.
Crystal Chronicles one, yeah.
Yeah.
Lets your Mughals dull for any CP.
For any CP, and we found that from the pre-release, the ability is very strong. You dull, pretty much pay 4 CP, deal 8k.
Oh, this is just playing Zezat in a pre-release where all of your backups.
Yeah. And so a deck that can just do that, that's really good.
Well, the thing is, right? You only need like 2 off-color CP for him to work.
Yeah,
which means you don't even really necessarily need this to do it because you can play Shantoto and you could play. I mean, you could play this or you could play like Cosmos or Chaos, right?
I guess so, yeah.
You're probably playing Chaos anyway in your Earth deck just because Camlet Out exists and you can go. You know, he can fix you for it. So like you're only realistically needing maybe 2 non-Earth CP.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
if you wanted to activate him a 3rd time, you could stretch to put in this.
Yeah. Oh, I mean,
because you're probably playing Shantoto. You're in an Earth deck. You need an actual card.
Not all Earth decks do play Shantoto.
No, I'm not saying that they do, but if you're playing Zezat, you probably do.
Yeah, because of this. Yeah.
Just for this interaction.
It's so funny how this card like pretty much killed Opus 7 Shantoto. It just makes me really sad.
This card.
So the 2-drop Shantoto is pay 1 CP and to 2-drop Earth back up, and she can become any element other than light or dark. She's not very good. When I first saw her, I was like, there could be something there.
If that was 0, she becomes an element until end of turn. I think she would have been playable.
That's OP.
No, it's not OP.
Why are you running Cosmos or Chaos?
Well, because you're not in Earth, and Earth already has access to non-Earth CP, right? Like. It would be another way to do it.
I think it would have been way too OP.
I don't think so. I think she could have just read 0, name an element. She's that element until an end turn.
No, that would have been too strong. That would have just enabled Earth to just play all the different elements.
It already does that.
No, it doesn't do that to the extent that you think it does. Because like now all it does is just play like Phoenix.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And then all it does is just like play, I don't know, Diablos or something. But then outside of that, it's not very consistent. But with this one, you can just play any card that you want. Yeah, I think it would have been OP if it was 0.
The thing is, because it's called Shantoto, it takes up the slot of the other Shantoto anyway.
Yeah,
and the other Shantoto has that text, but also exiles everything. Yeah. So, like, if you just took away the exile all the forwards, how much does Shantoto cost? If you took away the when it comes in, exile all the forwards, what does Shantoto cost?
That's just
2.
gravy. No.
She costs 2.
No.
Because that's what Cosmos and Chaos cost. But this kind of effect is an in-Earth effect. Like, being able to have access to non-Earth CP is within Earth's part of, like, this game's equivalent of the color pie, right? So, like, we also already have Leo as well, who just fixes all of your backups for 1 CP.
Yeah, but he's
a
forward, though.
She could have just said, Shantoto has all of the
Because the Mughal costs 4?
The Mughal does cost 4, but the Mughal gives it to all of...
Like your Mughals?
Yeah.
Which is how many Mughals, though?
Like, how many Mughals you need for the Mughal to pay off?
So,
I think it doesn't matter, though, right? Like, whatever...
Yeah, I think it's 3. I think
3?
Shantoto costs 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, because otherwise you can stack her and Chaos or Cosmos really easily, and in the Mughal as well. Like,
yeah, and also
it's like First Strike having this on a backup.
I suppose, but like because it's Shantoto, like the opportunity cost of not playing a Shantoto, at least I feel, is quite high in the sort of deck that wants to be able to pay for lots of off element effects.
Like I said before, not all Earth decks need to run Shantoto.
No, I know, but
so if those decks don't need to run it and they want to run a whole bunch of different elements, then If this costs 0, that would be like an auto include.
But the thing is,
and
right,
also Star Sybil can search a 2-cost backup that fixes everything.
Well, I mean, you already do that.
No.
You include in your deck like a 2-cost category 11
but
backup
that's fine.
for all of your things.
That's for the memes, okay? That's just for the memes. I'm talking about for a more competitive deck. They would just put this everywhere, and that won't be.
But like I think that the opportunity, like the name Shantoto is powerful enough that this card can be probably that powerful.
Yeah.
I've got a feeling that maybe the designers were thinking along your lines that maybe this is too powerful. I'm not sure. Did that Shantoto exist in chapters?
Something similar to it. I'm not sure if this Shantoto in particular, but something similar to it did exist in the old chapters. And Earth back then, you could have just play any color and it wouldn't even matter. There was a 2-drop monster that can make all your backups, pay for any CP.
And was that all it did?
I mean, that's all it did. It wasn't a very good card, but I'm saying there was a lot of cards that did that, right?
It's interesting because like Earth has, because it also has Tilica, which is another thing that messes around with the paying of costs.
It's so sad that it becomes a forward.
That's Earth's thing, right? Like Earth can, one of Earth's things that isn't just like making things big. It's just like we can paint with any color, right? So,
yeah,
it's
It's
like I actually think that's what I consider to be the most interesting aspect of Earth is the
bit that lets you get away from Earth.
Yeah, kind of. No, I don't mean that in any kind of derogatory way or anything, but like that.
I do.
That that facet of the element is one of the things that makes me think about deck building most, and that's why that's one of the reasons why I was interested in talking about Zezat, because like I've seen the deck that one of our regulars was playing that Chris mentioned before. He was running. It was a mono Earth deck, except it had Zezat in it.
It runs Mughal FFC.
Yeah, he's got like one of those I think in the list, and otherwise it's just
he goes Star Sybil, Camelot Chaos.
And has I'm pretty sure he has
not in the deck where I saw the Gremlin thing because that was very strict. They were practicing for a community event where it's had to be mono element.
Right. Oh yeah, you can't have light or dark cards and
One of the best things about this is I think is actually the wind ability.
Yeah, the wind ability is
very good.
I think maybe just the strongest outright.
No, it's because you're an Earth. Like if this ability costs 2 CP in water or wind, it wouldn't have a second glance.
Yeah, because then it's just like Ash, right?
And then that's not. But then because
it's choose up forward.
Also, yeah, but then because it's an Earth, it can actually be utilized. I think a bit.
It would be a lot worse if because Gilgamesh doesn't have activate himself, does he? No, but if that effect was choose, or if it was just activate Zezat, we wouldn't be talking about that effect. That would be the throwaway effect on the list of 4, but. Because he protects any forward you want from any of Ice's removal, basically. Like if there's a Zezat in play, an untapped Chaos or Shantoto.
That's my favorite thing to fight against, though.
That's true, but then you actually have to plan into it.
And that's what I like because I feel like I get to do my thing anyway and make my opponent spend more CP.
Or you just play the Emperor.
He is. A little shut down by the Emperor.
It's not like Earth has a problem with the Emperor though in general.
No, it doesn't. And you can just attack into the Emperor. This guy is kill me.
Kill me.
Kill me. When the Emperor comes down, he looks like this. He says that. Kill me. I was super excited about this plan. It was just it's no good to put bad cards in your deck anymore.
Anymore.
So back.
Eventually there'll be a flan payoff card, and you'll put this in the deck, and it will be excellent.
It's like Opus 3. Back in Opus 3, Monolining could afford to put 7-drop Odin.
There'll be like a 2-cost.
But now
that gets plus 3k for each flan you have, each job or name flan you have. Calling it.
Okay. I believe
eventually.
In you. I believe in you, Jared.
I'll bet you a Coke.
I believe in you, Jared.
What are the other Dawn Warrior synergies? What, like, I know that I haven't actually looked at like the other Dawn Warriors, but I presume Galuf interacts with them.
Not really.
Is it just Kelgar that finds them?
I mean, no, just Kelgar.
Is he? Because whereas like the first time we had Dawn Warriors come around, they were all, if you've got a Dawn Warrior, do this thing, right?
Yeah.
Whereas this time it's kind of just Kelgar.
Yeah, but you would just play the other ones, right?
The wind one doesn't care, right?
The Oaks is that cares for other Dawn
Yeah,
Warriors.
yeah, and so does the old Kelgar.
It's so weird how this Oaks is that says card named Galuf, card named Galgar, and card named Dorgan, but doesn't say other Dawn Warriors.
It's because bats. It doesn't want bats.
Yeah, it doesn't want bats.
He doesn't want to see bats and go, friend,
friend, I am
fight with me.
I am strong now.
With his ridiculous hat.
Plus 1,000 power.
Hey, that's the Emperor's hat.
The Emperor must have taken it from him when he removed all of his abilities. He also removed his hat.
That's the source of all of his abilities.
The hat.
Actually, the news says that is he wearing a hat?
Yeah, he's got the same hat.
Thing.
But look, it's like.
I think it's just a different perspective.
Yeah, same thing. Anyways, I think that we should go on to the World's decks.
Let's take a look at them. So at Worlds, the format, as I mentioned earlier, was different, right?
Look at the pretty wallpaper. I've shared this before.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this one.
I'm disappointed in you, Murad, that you didn't have a folder that was dubiously named there.
Oh, no. I'm prepared when it comes to these kind of things.
So this is the Alex Hancock's list.
Oops.
So before we take a look at them,
first of all,
let's explain how the format worked at Worlds.
Sure, we can do that first.
So each player had to bring 3 decks, right? Mm-hmm. And then over the course of their match, they couldn't play the same one twice.
Nope.
That's how it works, right? Yeah. Okay.
All
right. So
right, this is confusing. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. For example, here, Alex has a mono water, an earth wind, and a mono ice deck. Yeah. So after playing the mono ice deck, in the next round he wasn't allowed to play that.
No.
Okay, in the next round of the match, he couldn't have played that against his opponents.
And then you win 2 matches, you win the round, I guess.
So it's a best of 3, but you can't use the same deck continuously.
So I've already posted this, but I would like to say congratulations to Alex for winning Worlds.
Yeah, congratulations.
Congrats.
He's such a great contributor to the community, and he's got the Crystal podcast. He's always, he's always helpful to the community, and we all appreciate from that. And it shows on his amazing journey. He wrote a world report, and he lost the first round against the person who won Melbourne, the person who qualified through Melbourne. And then from then on, he went undefeated. And then the last person who was the finals with Jamie Faulkner, right? He went undefeated until the finals, right? And then he lost to him.
So it's the opposite there.
So they both had the same amount of wins, right? But one of them is first, and the other one is not.
That
was really interesting. It was really good. He went undefeated through Swiss, and then he kept on winning up until the finals, and then he just
Now, I have one other thing I wanted to ask just about the format. You can't use the same. You have access to 3 of each card. You can't play like a 4th version in a second deck. So if you've got 2 ice decks, you can't play 3 copies of the same card in each.
We'll get to that when we go to Jamie's deck, because there's a very interesting omission in his decks. But anyways, Alex always says he starts with this deck because it's the most consistent against the most decks, and it doesn't matter if it's going first or second. It's the very, very typical. Everyone knows this archetype has been around since Opus 5. But it's been much stronger since Opus 6 because of the Mughal 11.
Yeah. And Minfilia, I think, as well.
Minfilia is great, don't get me wrong. Like she's actually one of my favorite backups.
Interesting. There's a Hugh Yerg there.
Yeah, so the Hugh Yerg searches the Sima Lafuna. It's pretty interesting because
they've got a chain there, I see.
Yeah, so his he only plays 6 wind backups. And that's 3 Sima Lafunas and 3 Mughal 11s. Which is actually a bit brave, I would say. I wouldn't do that even if I had chaos, because sometimes you just don't draw the cards that you need, and it'll be bad to go out without wind backups. And
Mm-hmm.
also, there's a lot of wind backups to choose from. But yeah, it's still it worked out for him because Hugh York counted as like a wind backup. That's why it worked out for him. And then Epitaph can search Hugh York.
And
Doesn't
it can also
Star
search
Sibyl also?
Galdez.
Is that Stasil?
Yes.
That can also find.
Same with yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It does. But,
But
if
you want to have it first.
Yeah.
Even if it doesn't, it finds Camlanor, which can find Chaos.
Chaos, yeah.
So it's like it seems very consistent.
yeah,
to
it
get
is.
the
It is.
CP.
Yeah, no, it's. I'm not saying it's not consistent. It definitely is, but I'm just saying like, I just for me personally, I feel a little bit iffy. That's all.
Because you only need one source of Wind CP, right? Oh, no, you need two for semi-Levina.
No, you can tap herself and then discard a win card.
Yeah. She can pay for part of the cost herself.
Yeah, but isn't it 2 Wind CP to use the effect?
2 win CP and 1.
In one generic.
Yeah, so
you can tap
you
herself
need-
and discard a win card.
Yeah, but you don't need to tap yourself. If you're discarding a wind card, like that's already 2 Wind CP.
You say you've got.
Say
you've got
I,
chaos.
I was operating on the assumption you don't have a wind card in hand.
Oh, okay,
yeah. And that's why I was like, well, you only need 1 Wind CP to use everything in the deck. I was like, actually, no, there's this one thing. But
well,
I don't think that matters enough.
You've got Chaos, you've got Shinto, so obviously they can do that as well.
Yeah.
And in every deck one of this, you have to have Minor.
I love Minor.
And you have to have 3 of it because of Mughal 11. Minor just turns into pay 5 CP and search a card from your deck.
Yeah. Which is just Thornton. Oh no, he's 7 really.
Yeah.
No, well in this case that's 7 as well because you have to discard the Mog 11.
No, but you get a card back and then you use it.
You also get a card back when you search for a card with Thornton.
No, but then like
because Thornton is 2 CP himself as well, and he costs 5. Whereas you're paying 4
No,
and
so
1
you
and bringing back a thing and then discarding a thing.
This is still 2 less though.
I think isn't it the same?
Because you pay 4, you get a card back.
Yep. Then you pay 1 and discard a card, which is 3.
No, pay 1, right? And then that card turns into a card in your deck.
Yes, but
so it's
that's the same as paying a Thornton. Because the card you'd be discarding is you're playing Thornton, but he's coming into play.
Minor comes into play.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
So he gets your card back?
Does it?
Yeah.
It's very efficient.
I guess the math works.
Yeah, it's very efficient. And obviously,
unless you can break your Thornton, then it's better.
Yeah, but now you're down 1 backup.
No, not if you played Lulu.
You can also break Minor.
Yeah,
That's true.
but when I
Fair enough. All right. Okay. Minor was better. I mean, I wasn't doubting Minor was better.
and so
I find myself recently just trying to find room for a Thornton because I want to try it.
I mean, like,
So I guess I'm just justifying it to myself here.
It's like one of the best EX bursts.
It is. It's an exceptionally EX burst.
Oh, this deck runs Hecaton.
Oh yeah. So
well, you've got the Vanille.
So actually, so the Vanille's bit when you see the matches. It's been
But
so
it
good.
runs 3 of that Hecaton.
This one here.
Because you don't want to be.
No, this is the better one. You always run 3 of this before you run 3 of this one.
It's been a long time since I've played
played
a game, to be honest. So I'm kind of out of the loop of what's going on at the moment.
Yeah,
that
so
surprises me.
in
Because
this-
back in the day, that wasn't true, was it?
In this list, Hecatonka, is an exceptional summon.
There's so many. Are you talking about this one or
Yeah, the new one, the newer one of the 2.
this one here?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely, 100%.
Because like synergizes with Dardaluma. You've got like a shrink effect on
Obviously,
Wall.
Well, he can buff a guy and then do it. Yeah, there's endless uses, but I would rather cut one of this before I cut one of this, just because there's so many good targets like Devout, like Star Sibyl, like you want to hit them. And besides, with Vanille, you can just take them out of the deck when it's not relevant in that matchup anyway.
Yeah. They like playing Vanille. You need to have at least 3 Hecatonkas.
I would say,
across all of the Hecatonkas.
I would say 4. I would say 4, but 5. Probably
5 is probably where that's the sweet spot.
Yeah, I mean, no, it's not. 6 is the best. But like, if you have to cut down, I would say stop at 5.
If they print another Hecatonka summon, regardless of what it does, say it's a good effect, just like let's not worry about what it does.
Yeah.
But it's good enough to play whether or not you're playing Vanille.
I would still say
how
5
many?
or 6.
How you think you'd still cap it at 6? You wouldn't play more?
Maybe 7, but like it really depends on the deck. Like, because I've always made a deck with like 6 of them, and then be like, okay, I need to find space. Okay,
and that's always the thing that cuts.
I mean, like not all the time, but like That's where I look at
Okay.
one of this first.
This makes me think. If
What's
it's
up?
taking up that space, because I'm thinking like the 13 summons are the ones where they like get support within themselves, right? Like Megaton, Shiva,
Brunhilde.
Odin. That's the thing. I was going to talk about Brunhilde. I was like, I bet there's going to be Brunhilde. But then if it's sort of taking up that space in fire
Yeah. Well,
Of what?
of like things that support itself.
So do you guys?
There is the Opus
Wait,
one
wait,
that
wait.
says he cares about whether or not you've cast a Brunhilde.
I know,
Yeah, he does.
I know,
That's
I
the
know.
only
but
thing.
but if it's started, it's just crept into that.
Yeah.
He does.
territory?
He does.
Of like how many ifits are you playing? Because there's only the one Brunhilde, isn't there?
Yeah. Yeah, there's still only one Brunhilde.
I feel like if it's taking it up.
Okay. Well, no. What I wanted to show you guys was actually what's happening. Was the Brunhilde from
Chapters.
From chapters? It's so bad.
Oh, no.
So bad.
Oh, we're taking a look
Okay.
at the bad card.
No, it's fine. So okay, the Brunhilde from chapters, right?
Mhm.
And while this gets loaded up, is a 5 cost
Mhm.
EX burst.
Okay.
Fire summon.
Okay.
What do you think it does?
8,000 to do a thing.
Really?
I'm
What?
always disappointed by every summon that isn't called
Wait.
Phoenix.
So like,
I'm disappointed by every summon that
The
isn't called
effort,
Phoenix.
this effort, the Opus 7 effort already does for 8k on 8
Yeah, I know.
EX burst. Why would this be 5 EX versus still 8?
Because old cards are bad.
No, old cards are actually pretty good, but this one is pretty.
Alright, what
bad.
does it do?
Oh no,
It's so bad it doesn't exist. Or you probably misspelled Brunhilde.
I did mess up. Did I? How do you spell it?
Just type in BRYN.
It doesn't come up. I think you have to be very specific. Oh, okay, yeah. Pick this one. Yeah, this. Oh, sorry, 7 costs. No,
Okay.
it's 7 costs.
It's
Wait.
8 EX bursts.
8 EX burst.
Okay, so it's better be damn good.
No. I want people to guess,
like,
please.
The ones
I
that
want
cost
people to
a
guess.
lot usually have like Odin cost 7, right?
Yeah, they've got like a good effect if it EX bursts.
Yeah, but
Yeah, just guess. What do you guys
Okay.
think?
I think it will make you discard your hand.
Discard your hand?
Yeah.
But it's a fire summon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only summon in the game that discards a player's hand is fire. So,
Okay.
Let's just take a look at it. I hate guessing games.
Okay, fine. So it's a 7 cost EX bursts that deals 9,000 damage.
Of course. Of course. Well, I mean, when you think about it, so we've got a 4 cost that deals 10, but then deals you a point of damage.
Like, why Brunhilde? Like, was Zaz in that game as well?
He would have been.
Wait, you mean like in chapters?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, definitely.
So, like-
yeah.
Like, this effect, I can understand it existing because it's, Fire's Odin. But, like, why
No.
are the card where you got other cards that care about you playing the card?
But not even that, right? Look,
Yeah.
it was from the 13th chapter. So that means they've had... So this isn't like an early card that was bad and then they dropped it. This is 12 chapters in and then they decided, this is a good, right? No, it was just disappointing, especially when you look at the banned cards. They're so OP.
Well, maybe they were just trying to be safe. Or maybe they had planned a whole bunch of Brunhilde support and then chapters finished.
Doesn't matter. Anyways, let's get back to this good deck. They
Oh,
always
yeah,
go off
well, I
tangent.
mean-
the other good card is
It's
the Galdes. The Galdes has been showing up a lot in the world, and it's just a generally good.
Well, I mean,
Good
he's a
buddy.
3 cost 8k with no downsides, other than he's dark. So, like, it's a good card. Like,
And
Yeah.
and in this deck, other than Minfilia, the other variation of this deck is the Phoenix iteration with Orienter, right? That one could get back Cactuars really easily. The only way you can get Cactuars in this deck is Minfilia and Galdes, because Galdes goes to brick and can choose a monster from your brick zone. And obviously, the Daluma Cactuar combo is the most degenerate combo of the game.
I don't think it's degenerate, but it's very powerful.
It's the most degenerate combo in the game. And as soon as you have those online, you pretty much win. But even then, like,
Now it's the most degenerate, but before Gesper was banned.
I still stand by that
So,
statement.
what I think is the
No.
most interesting
No.
inclusion here is there's one of Asmodai.
Oh, Asmodai.
So, like, and he's a,
Asmodai is such a good card, man. Kills a Delphor that doesn't matter about its cost. Also because the new Ice Rave is the new Sephiroth. That just it's actually really disheartening when you play against that Sephiroth, because it makes you discard 2 cards, and it's not something that you usually are used to with Ice in that sort of way. You get a big body and you discard 2 cards.
Yeah.
And so this way, when he attacks you once, you can just Asmodai.
Oh, but-
Previously, you couldn't do that because of Cecil. Like usually most of the time it's okay because you can just Cecil it. This could have been like a triple copy Cecil, but that's why it's there. And he plays majority Earth. Plays majority Earth.
Yeah. Well, like we raised before, there are almost no wind backups, right? Other than just those 6.
Yeah, Mughal.
Yeah.
And also, Zidane is just a good card. It makes your opponent play funny. And also, no, it
Yeah,
literally
no,
does.
like
It literally does.
it gives you free information every turn that he attacks.
No, but even then, like you assume that they can discard. If they can't remove it, they can discard your hand. Oh, okay. Hey, XM Games. I guess I can.
Reveal your sources.
It's fine. I don't mind. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I mean, we can put it on the page.
Yeah. I'm not. Yeah. What happened here?
Nice.
Well, we should probably while you're looking for that, Murad.
Yeah.
Let's I guess start talking about the next deck.
Well, yeah. So the next deck that he usually goes second with is the Mono Water.
Mono water. Okay. Cool. And that's like this is looking like a fairly traditional mono water list.
Hi, XM Games. Thanks for watching. There's the link.
What?
Has that been playing the whole time?
Yeah, it's playing.
Wow. Okay. Lol. Okay.
Was that playing underneath us?
I think so.
Oh goodness. Well, we can't. All right. You should talk about that later.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what do we have to say about this? Like I said, it looks like a fairly standard.
The main difference between this one and other Mono Water decks is playing only 3 Fusoya. Sorry, only playing only 2 Fusoya, not 3 Fusoya. But other than that, the only new Opus 7 card is Helikinesis, which, after looking at all the water cards, that's probably the only card that's worth looking at.
I disagree with that statement, but I think it is the most powerful water edition.
Are you talking about Dusk and Sarah and stuff?
No, I think that there are a lot of decent water cards in the set, but Helikinesis is the one that will fit in the most decks. Like a lot of the water cards in Opus 7 kind of want you to be playing a particular kind of deck, but Helikinesis is the one that fits into the most of the decks. And there are very few deck lists I'm putting together right now that I don't want to try and fit at least one in, just because that enter the field effect solves so many problems.
Yeah, especially when you go back to the Vinyl and the current meta. There isn't actually many ways to RFG that Vinyl other than like Shantoto.
Or if it means that you don't have to play Yuna if you wanna.
Yeah, but like
if you wanna just stop get things from
that Yuna is very good. She will have her time again, but right now it's she's not
the decks I'm looking at putting
she's not being played that much.
Like I'm still probably gonna run it just because I like having a high density of those of Leviathan style effects. But yeah, no, like it's less necessary now. One thing I'm a little startled to see is there's no sticks. Like I keep wanting to play sticks every time I think about any kind of mono water list. Because she feels so good every time I play that card.
Yeah, but she's not really necessary. Like,
I suppose
she doesn't do enough to cover your weaknesses.
She's just more of what your deck already does well. But I guess
it's also the same reason why with Tidus, I guess he's nice, but he doesn't have that much enough impact.
Well, like when you're playing things like Cagnazo, you're gonna get like a lot of those matchups end up stalling out of it. But if you can stall out at 5 damage and then build your board and then Cagnazo and S sticks is another way to wipe your opponent's field to get the win in.
I guess so, but at that point, why don't you just be playing Ozma? Let's look at S.
Oh, well, because there are things that dodge Ozma.
Yeah, I guess
like
so.
there are a lot of things that just unfortunately don't die to Ozma.
But yeah, so this is other than that, Ephemeral Summoner with Fusoya was like the star of the world as well.
It's such a powerful card. Such a subtly powerful card.
Yeah, other than that, Gladiator is always a good card when you're playing Cloud of Darkness. Not because it works well with Viking. It's kind of good with Viking. But because if they kill one of your forwards, then you can still get it back when you have the extra CP lying. Oh, actually, you make it
what
so...
do you mean? What do you mean?
So when you Cloud of Darkness, it depends on the number of forwards you get.
So if they kill off something else
so you can just Gladiate or something and then... and respond.
Yeah, I guess. And it's another way to get back to your knight. Your knight isn't as big straight away, but...
And also, against other decks, Helikinesis is good against Ash. because she doesn't get all the buffs.
And we've got a one of Poo-Poo and a one of Millwhip, basically just to facilitate getting rid of the second Fusoya, yeah?
Yeah.
That's
but
what I'm
also,
reading.
Artemission gets rid of the second.
But Artemission has more versatility.
Oh, hi. The music is fine. It's very soft. Okay. We're still gonna close it because we can upload this on YouTube, but it's okay. Thanks for listening, Axiom Games. But yeah. So other than that, I feel like Yuna is like a. So I kind of want to go over to Jamie Faulkner's decks, to see the exact differences. Obviously, every deck in the meta now is playing 3 Fanfare.
It's a very powerful card, especially when you've got Ephemeral Summoner, because then it's like, I've played a 2 CP Odin if you attack me.
Yeah.
Right?
And then if not that, then you just Fanfare on your turn anyway. It only costs 2 CP.
Because of the Yuna, yeah.
Yeah, and the Scholar just makes the drawing a Cagnazo a board wipe. So when you have Scholar like mid to late game, it's like, okay, as soon as I draw a Cagnazo, I win the game.
Well, you can also use it with Telekinesis.
True.
Right? How many summons is the deck playing? Like, what's the total number? We've got 3, 6, 8, 9.
9, yeah.
So yeah, I've been thinking about, like, if I ever wanted to actually activate Telekinesis's action ability, how many summons would be necessary to expect to be able to do it? Because you're throwing away usually what are powerful effects, but I guess Water doesn't generally just get to kill a thing.
Like her second ability, other than those super summon heavy decks or those EX burst decks, you wouldn't you wouldn't care. You play her for the first.
But every now and then, it'll be relevant that you can do it. So I'm curious as to how, like, did at any point in the event was that effect used? To your knowledge, because it's kind of the same as.
No, it wasn't. No.
Excluding you're dulling her to use her. You're casting an Odin, right? Like it's the same CP cost as an Odin.
Pretty much, yeah. I closed it because it didn't switch. But yeah, there's this now this is mono ice. It's pretty funny. He says guys don't play this because he says like about 10 to 20% of it or something like that is not very good cards. There's like 80% good cards, and the rest is just because he was trying to cater to a particular playstyle or deck when he shouldn't have. Mainly because it's a 3-deck format, you don't get to play that deck again. Right. As soon as you see that deck, he talks about it on his blog, so you guys can go see that. But
we should probably put it up in the description.
Yeah, we can do that. No worries. But the card that I think that most ice decks or ice X decks should run to counter ice decks is Vayne. Like, I feel like Vayne is not going to go out of the meta anytime soon.
Well, Ice has some of the highest cost big scary boss monster things, like the new Sephiroth, Ultimisha.
They play so many high costs. Like it's just
Orphan.
Your Orphan, it just deactivates Olstein, deactivates. So just
the curve is high.
Yeah. You can win like matches just based on that.
Has anyone ever played an ice deck without Genesis since it came out?
I have.
Well,
yeah.
You played Lightning X.
No. I won the Hobby Monster Regionals with it.
Oh.
Ah.
I played the Ice Water deck, but I played Genesis Avatar. That's why I didn't play Genesis. I didn't play Genesis.
You did. That was a situation.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay. Yep.
You win.
Otherwise, this is looking like a pretty standard. I mean, I haven't seen anyone actually play.
This is pretty standard.
Like, this is the first deck list I've actually seen a Yuri in.
Yuri's just good at any monocolor deck, to be really honest.
Oh well, yeah. I would expect him to be.
But it's really interesting how he has both the Yuri and the Galdes.
That is an intriguing decision.
This is my style of deck.
Yeah. It is very you.
I really like this sort of deck.
I think he says that he never used Ultimisa in the whole tournament.
That's unfortunate.
I feel like
she is quite situational. Like, you don't want to play her unless you're getting maximum value.
I've played with her for quite a little bit, and like sometimes she wins you games, but most times she's just 2 CP. Yeah.
Well, I mean, a lot of the big scary boss things
It's funny how
most of the game they'll just be resources.
I went to the Facebook page and I asked people why no one's playing the new legendary Titas. Like even mono, obviously because he's a mono water card, and they were like, oh, it's not worth it. It's too predictable, blah blah. And this guy was like, man, I put him in my deck. He was so amazing. He was always the 2 water CP that I wanted him to be. and I was looking at it, right, and I was like, wait, like he means 3? No, wait. Does he mean like activating forwards is worth 2 water CP? No, wait. And then I was like, oh, okay, yeah.
I look at that Titas often, and because I keep wanting to put it in fire water decks.
Yeah. And
I don't ever anticipate I'll actually play him, but he's at some point in time I'll target him with a Phoenix and it'll win me the game.
Oh yeah, with Phoenix is good. Yeah, Phoenix is good.
What does Last Will do again?
It comes in and deals 4k, or is it 5k?
5k.
5k, or it deals 7k if you have 5 ice characters.
4 or more, 5 more, yeah, something like that.
If you have 5 ice characters, it deals 7k.
Sweet.
Yeah. So it's a bigger Siddle
The
sign.
classic Flan Siddlestein combo.
No, that's never gonna go out of mono ice. Like that's a staple in mono ice. So the cards that are staple in mono ice, in my opinion, are obviously Genesis, Allstein, Flan, Orphan.
Glacier?
Yeah.
Oh well, no,
not really.
No, because you can go either Glaciers or Shivas, right?
Yeah. So some people are playing Shivas, but I'm talking about the actual core. That is the actual core. Genesis, Flan, Siddlestein, Orphan, and also Duke Lark, because big ice forwards are scary.
It's kind of annoying that big ice forwards are the scariest big forwards in the game.
Because they've got forwards as if they're little. I mean forwards. They've got effects as if they're little.
Yeah.
Yes, as if they're
and so when they're big, they're like, I'm big and powerful.
But ice cards, when they are like small, they're not tiny. like if you look at the
Palom.
Like Palom or Firion, they're like 1k, 2k forwards.
I was talking about the 4K Palom that costs 5.
Oh yeah, that one as well.
Yeah, VV.
Yeah.
You know,
like fire gets actual small things with medium size effects, whereas ice gets massive effects on medium bodies.
Hey, I don't know. Is it better to kill a thing or dull and freeze it?
Well, usually it's better.
The value is different.
Yeah.
The value, but it's funny. Like the Bogovan, the 5-drop. If you pay the fire CP, I wish he was 4K, so he can deal 9k damage.
I'm really happy to see
he's 8k.
He's 8k. I wish he was 4k, so he can deal 9k damage.
I don't understand what you mean.
Because he only deals like 7k damage.
He deals 7k. Oh, right. You wish that he dealt more damage. When
Yeah.
Well, 7k is actually a lot to have come in for free on a forward. Because he's still an 8k forward at the end of the day. And you're in a mono fire list. So he's a 5 cost 9k probably because of your power booster.
He will never make the list, in my opinion.
I'd probably play him in a mono fire list. I've been thinking about putting together a janky mono fire list, but that's the problem. Mono ice lists are almost never janky.
You can put any combination of H and L's together, almost any combination of L's together for
an ice deck, and you've just got a deck.
Yeah. No, it was funny. I made a deck for one of my friends of mono ice deck because I want to make a mono ice deck. I've got these ice cards. I don't play ice, and then I send him a list, and he's like, all the forwards are legendaries. It wasn't intentional though. I was just like putting.
Oh yeah, this is just the staples.
No, literally. Literally. I mean, obviously there was like some Allstein and stuff, but it was just like Genesis, Lux, Celeste, Orphan, Kuja, Vayne, and it's like.
Ice is the most expensive element.
Anyways,
I was really happy to see Kuja there. I was saying the other day,
he's one of your pet cards.
Yeah, me being ignorant of worlds and what's going on in the Final Fantasy meta at the moment. I was just saying to our regulars at the shop, I was like, I want to make a deck with Kuj in it again. The old Kuj. None of the new Kuj. I like the new Kuj too, but the old, is he the medium Kuj? Right?
This is the medium Kuj?
Yeah, because there's an older one.
Kuj.
Oh yes, the original Kuj is the you can't target me.
But he's a small Kuj.
I mean in terms of age, he's a medium-aged Kuj.
Oh, okay.
middle Kuj.
Yeah.
Middle Kuj.
He's the middling Kuj. He's got a younger Kuj and an older Kuj.
So every time we say Kuj, I feel like we're saying Kuj.
Kuj. This is a PG podcast.
Anyways,
KUJ.
Yeah.
I got such good memories. My favorite time of playing Final Fantasy was 3 and 4, Opus 3 and 4.
Mhm.
God, good matchups, fun times. Against those mono water lists.
And you got the Cooge.
At the Cooge.
You know, you can Phoenix in the Cooge.
You can, but I mean, you could.
Let's look at the other player.
You can
right?
you
We've
can
taken a-
you can also devout in a cooch.
You
You can. I have devoured a Kuja,
Yeah.
and it was correct, and I won the game because of that.
No, that's
I'm
fine.
surprised you didn't bring up
that's-
Yukantama in a Kucha.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
Because-
this is not opening.
Ah.
It's not opening. Oh, it is. Oops, okay. Okay.
But you know what else you can do with a Kuj?
What?
You can magic pot a Kuj.
You can magic
Yes,
with Kuj,
yes.
and that's also a pretty good thing
Oh
to do.
no, guys, you
Actually,
can,
wait,
you can
wait.
start Sybil the cooch.
What's the flavor of magic pot? Like, is the new thing is coming out of the pot?
So,
I presume.
have you-
But what's happened to the old?
Well, when you, I don't know if you've ever played a, because you,
I've
you
never
haven't
played a
one.
game with magic
So
pots.
whenever you encounter a magic pot,
Yeah.
it's it'll ask for an item. Say,
So-
I want an elixir or something like that,
So
right?
here's a party member.
What happens in game is you'll feed it that item, right? You'll use that
Yeah,
item
yeah.
on it.
And then you have to
then-
fight it.
Oh no! Well then, either you get to fight it, or it'll just give you an item back. That'll be better, or like
Okay.
that'll just be how you beat it.
So you're like, I'd like an item. Oh, here, have this Kuja.
Well, I think
no.
the flavor is it's giving you like an upgrade.
Yeah.
Because I think in 7, that's one of the ways you like farm the end game stuff is by killing off magic pots because they give you the most AP. Is it AP? I think it's AP.
Ability points.
Yeah, which level up your materia.
Anyways, we'll go back. I just wanted to show the
magic
people.
pot.
Okay. So this is Jamie Faulkner's. It's like a mono win.
So this is the other player.
This is the
Yeah.
person that came second.
So it's a wind to water, but it's very windy.
Yeah, it's very windy.
Oh,
And
I love that it's throwing.
I've actually
bombs.
played with him against. I played this against him on like Untap quite a few times, and he used to only have Yuna as his only water backup because this Opus 2 Pain can search for that Yuna, and it was actually very consistent. But I think he likes the Helikinesis, Fanfare, and Porums too much to
And
actually think.
at that point, you kind of have to play a little bit more. Yeah, Porum is one of my favorite cards in the game. Like
Porum is very good, yeah.
it answers so many problems, and it's so very versatile.
One of the palms can bounce a Kuj.
Yes, that's,
Okay.
that's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
It can bounce. In fact, all of the Kujas can be bounced by Porums.
Yeah.
None of them cost more than 5.
So the way that you can know that this is like a mono window because he's playing 3 of the Opus 1 5-drop flats.
Well, I remember old Opus 2, Opus
Water
3,
Wind,
Water
Warrior
Wind decks.
Blast. Yeah.
They still played.
But like most of
bots.
the time, it actually activates 4 backups.
Well, because how many backups does he have to activate for him to have been worthwhile?
I would say at least 3, at the minimum 3.
And at that point, he's a 2-drop 9k.
Yeah.
And
That's like
in
an
this
Earth Lord.
deck, we've got a few things that dull to give you an effect as well, right? So we've got Al-Hanalem.
Al-Hanalem is the reason why Jill is better than Aerith.
Yes, well, yeah.
in
In
the
the current
current
environment,
meta right now,
yeah.
in the current meta right now.
Like this deck has got a lot of AoE. I'm just noticing.
Yeah. So
There's Velafor's.
it goes to a point where he'll just board wipe you and
Mhm.
have like 5 forwards on the field and you lose.
Because Shilinka makes Al-Hanalem deal 3k, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. There's no Yuri though.
That's a Yuri.
Yeah, there's 3.
Oh wait,
There's 3.
I didn't see that.
yeah. Okay, so this is kind of like mono wind, splash water. The new archetype in Opus 7 that's really strong is mono wind with the Yuri Chilinka package. But he just put it into water because like, why not have the Valifor and Pain, which are very very strong.
And a point of difference between this and the mono water deck we just looked at. A lot of the summons are the same, right?
Yeah,
But
pretty much.
But
yeah.
there's no copies of Ephemeral Summoner.
Oh well, it's because one of the great things about Ephemeral Summoner is you can get back with Lena.
Yes. No, you
Yeah.
can't. You can't get it back with Lemon. It's not a standard unit.
It doesn't
Right.
matter.
Oh, right, no,
Yeah,
it doesn't need to be a
doesn't
standard
matter.
unit.
Yeah.
Why did I think it needed to be a standard
You
unit?
told
I,
me.
I was thinking about Gladiator, sorry.
Okay.
My wires were crossed there.
You told
Yeah,
me
no, we were
that on
talking about it,
Wednesday.
yes.
I was like, what happened?
Sorry, my
It's
brain
fine.
was thinking Gladiator for some reason.
Yeah, it's fine.
No, yes, yeah, okay.
Jared's love of Purim is iconic. Okay.
Yeah, it is.
So, it is a little bit of an eclectic backup line, though, isn't it? Like one of Ico, one of Echo,
I love one-offs, man. I live for one-offs.
one of
Because-
brother.
because-
I mean, it
because
doesn't
the
make
opposite of
sense.
Greg.
Yes.
Like-
if you're never mind.
No, it's because like it opens up so many like possibilities in the mid to late game. Like,
Yeah, no,
one of the
I
things,
understand.
like Yuna is worth it to
It's
draw
just-
to draw dead mid to late game, but it's not worth it to draw dead with like say a Shinra if you're gonna play more than two.
Well, I mean, Shinra and brother can both turn into Yuna through pain.
to pain. Yeah.
So,
So
like,
that's why, right? And the old one didn't even have Merwhip. The one I played against didn't have Merwhip and stuff. Because they do these ones to search for pain and pain searching for Yuna.
and it's
And then like they discard a Viking to play.
it's also
Yuna.
nice to see Opus 1 pain in there in
I think
rotation again.
Opus 1 pain
But
never
she's
goes
still
away.
very good. She's always going to be exceptional.
Yeah, and that Valfor is never going to go away too, to be honest.
Well, they just give you so much advantage.
And that Riku as well, like Camilla Cooge.
Yes, it can.
Yeah,
That would be an unfortunate backfire to mill your opponent's Opus 6 Cooge.
Yeah. And he also plays Vata. Vata's actually one strong 4 generals.
So he's a 4-cost 8k that's effectively free, right? If you pay for him just using
if you only win CP activates or you win backups.
Which, I mean, how many unbreakable wind backups are in this list? We've got you could feasibly have 4. In fact, you're likely to have 4.
Yeah.
Right? Like your only water backup
The
that
reason
you
why
want to have in play is Yuna.
the reason why it doesn't matter is because like as soon as you got your backup set up, or like even like you don't even have to have 4. You can just like stay at 4. You don't even have to 5, and you can just do like the maximum board.
Does he just activate backups, or does he activate characters?
No, just backups.
Okay, because Yuri is every element except dark, right? That's what he says. Because then that would mean that Bart's and Fowls, they also activate him.
Yeah, they do.
That's really interesting. I hadn't actually considered that.
Yeah, Bart still activates Yuri. One of the weakest things of Mono Wind, like this is a bit different. One of the weakest things of Mono Wind is the card draw. Right? They can play all these things for free, but it comes to a point where
you just run out of gas.
They can't use up all that extra CP. But this water makes it so much better because of. Oh wait, hold up. He doesn't play Ulela Vikings.
Nope.
I just realized. Okay.
That's so funny. I love how automatic that is in water now. That you're starting going down that line, and you're like, wait a second.
Yeah.
What? But I mean, there's paint
like
paint
Param
paint draws. There we go. Cuckoo.
Yeah, Cook
draws. Merweb draws.
Param.
Ico gets back something from the break zone. Yeah.
Well, I don't play. I haven't actually put together a list that runs.
Doesn't Yuri draw?
I feel like
Wait, can Yuri draw?
Exactly, that's the thing.
Yeah, Yuri draws.
That's the thing. No, so that's why Yuri is so essential in Mono Wind.
Yeah.
That because it can make you draw
sorry,
cards.
I must have just completely missed. If that's what you were talking about the whole time, I
wanted to lead up to that,
okay,
and then I was like, wait, that's not later. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think of Layla Vikings as essential. It's definitely very alluring.
It's because
powerful.
I see Cloud of Darkness, and then
I
think whenever there's Cloud of Darkness, I assume.
But because this is
Layla's.
like a YRP baseline, you
can
can already go quite wide.
You can still like just. No, it's like you can't go wide. Yeah, you can't go
Like
wide.
it safely goes wide.
So I want to move on to the Earth Wind deck, and I want to talk about 2 different things: the Diablos and the Y'shtola. Right? He had
comparing this to the other players' Earthwind.
No, yeah. So he had to split the Diablos and Y'shtola over these 2 decks.
Oh, right. So
yeah.
This player also has an Earthwind deck. Okay, so let's take a look at the Earthwind.
So I think playing 1 Y'shtola is fine. So I don't think
Y'shtola is a perfectly decent one of.
I don't think that it was kind of like he was hindered by not playing 2, but playing only 2 Diablos here and playing only
Magic pot.
Magic.
We're gonna magic pot the deck.
Here it is, yeah.
In goes one deck, out comes an
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. So he only plays one Diablos, and he plays 2 Y'shtola.
Well, I guess to make up for that's why he's got those Chaos Walker of the Wheel there, right?
Yeah.
Like that'll be why. And there's also 3 of the new Jimbo.
It was actually very brave of him to do that, and he obviously did still pretty well. But I can never I wouldn't imagine playing an Earthwind deck without 3 Diablos because Diablos are so strong.
Especially when you have Cactars and
I guess that's why he didn't play it without Diablos at all then. Because
it's there. It's just not as a. It's a quirk of the format that he doesn't have 3.
But also Ajido Marajido can get it back for whatever that's worth.
Is there one? Oh, there was one in here.
Can Ajido get the Kuj back by any chance?
No.
Oh no, it's not a good card.
It can. It can if it casts a Phoenix.
True.
So he plays his other wing backup other than Simeon Mughal is actually Archer and Echo. The reason why he plays Archer because backup destruction is so good.
Yeah,
and he doesn't play Hecaton.
I almost never. I can't. I don't think I've put together a wind deck that hasn't had at least one copy of that Archer in it.
But the thing is, do you remember ages ago, like Earth Lightning deck that was almost immune to Archer?
Because you had so many backups.
Everything
that costs so
costs
much.
Yeah.
Like the only things
you were like miners.
The only things I had that actually could break was like
Red
Gramis.
Did you play Red Mage?
I'm not sure if I played Red Mage, but I
you
played Gramis.
didn't. You just had threats that had haste.
Yeah, Gramis and Fusoya. The lightning Fusoya. I'm like, okay, you can Archer that Fusoya.
Yeah. 2 things that you actually want to have killed.
Yeah. Because I have Lulu in the deck. I'm trying to kill my own backups anyway.
So
so I hope this Archer comes back into the meta super strong, and I'll just play that.
So your cool Earth Lightning deck can
be like
that'll be the win.
That'll be the win.
The thing that I like most about this deck is that there's a carbuncle in it.
Yeah,
I'm a big fan of this.
Is it the pretty carbuncle?
It is the pretty carbuncle, but
it is the pretty carbuncle. That's nice.
It doesn't actually have a lot of.
So the best targets is Noctis and Zidane.
Yeah, Noctis and Zidane they're almost the only targets except for that one Nash, right?
It's because when they like attack, say they dull and freeze your Noctis, and they have like an 8k Genesis, and then they attack with your Genesis.
Nash effectively is just Psycom Enforcer, right? Like it's got a very similar line of text. It comes in and destroys a monster
of cost 2 or less, or a forward of cost 1 or less.
Yeah, and it also EX
cost 1.
Noctis. Tony lived the dream the other day.
Oh.
He had a Noctis in play, and someone hit him for the 6 point of damage, and he EX bursted another Noctis.
Oh, really? Yeah. Is that like 3 forwards god?
Just like punish. Yeah.
Yikes.
That's quite a brave opponent attacking it for the 6 point of damage when there's a Noctis in play.
I mean, like if you had lethal, if you say you got three forwards that could attack, it's like an EX burst. That's not a Noctis. I would survive regardless, right? Yeah, it's one of those things.
That's funny.
Your Jimbo actually works really well with Zidane and
Yo
Noctis
Jimbo.
as well. Yeah, so the omission from Alex's deck was actually Noctis. I think Noctis is so strong in this deck, but I can see what he cut for.
Well, it's especially strong when you're splashing Phoenixes. But I'm not just saying it as like a needy thing to say. But in this deck, because of like the Ajido Marajidos as well, I would have been so tempted to just fit in Phoenix. one like you said. Oh, you can't imagine not playing more Diablos. Well, there's room in this deck because there aren't that many Diablos. I would have, instead of maybe, I'm not sure like what's actually taking the room, whether or not it's the Chaoses.
I'm pretty sure it's the Chaos.
But what can you bring back with Phoenix?
You can bring back Galdes. You can bring back Noctis. Like. Just bringing back Noctis is so powerful. Y'shtola, yeah.
You can bring
like those are all very powerful targets for Phoenix.
And Noctis is pretty much
it's like because you can also 3-for-1 people when they're attacking you on their 6th point with a Noctis, a Phoenix Noctis.
But like honestly, against Turbo Discard, a single Noctis can just
it sits in front of the deck forever, and they just don't. They can't advance their game.
This is why you play big boys and us. And then Noctis is like, run away.
Yeah, but then that takes a little to set up, and then it'll be fine.
It doesn't take that long.
You just play a Sephiroth.
No, but no, it takes faster than the turbo discard. Turbo discard is like, turn 1, 2, 4, and
I was talking about. That's why you played Big Boy.
Oh no, I'm not saying Noctis is great against ice. I'm saying it's great against turbo discard.
I don't know. It sounded like you're saying Noctis was great against ice.
What did I say, Jerry?
Jerry, you just say Noctis is great against Ice Mirage.
No, I didn't.
You didn't say
that.
We're messing with you. We're messing with you.
I'm closing this podcast right
now. We're going to turn this podcast around if you don't admit I said this thing.
I'm going to go back and I'm going to show you. No. Yeah, so anyways, he doesn't play Asmodee. He plays 3 Cecil instead.
I'm not a big fan of the Asmodee. But
so the thing is,
I can understand why it was in there.
Oh no, Asmodee is a very strong card. It's really interesting how he doesn't play minor. Oh, so he doesn't play 3 minors. I thought 3 minors was like almost a given.
Well, I mean, you have to like find room for your like extra cards somewhere, and
I would take out. I'm not sure the Ico.
Well, if you're
the Ico is nice, I guess.
A lot of the time, you might not be able to play a minor for the kind of value you want, and in that situation, Ico's better.
Yeah. But the thing is, I think the only reason why I played Nash was to make the Earth element like more in line with the Wind element, because otherwise, Cyclone Force is just better in almost every way except for EX Burst. It's the same power.
This can also deal with random people playing things like
Leo,
Go-Go. Like there are powerful 1-drop forwards.
The only one I can think of is Leo
or Go-Go.
No one plays Go-Go anymore.
But all right, you say you show up to a major event and somebody happens to have a spoiler like mono water deck that runs Go-Go's
and Vikings.
I guess it kills Vikings.
But Go-Go isn't like that detrimental.
Are there any other 1-drop forwards that people might play at the moment?
I told you Leo.
Is it just Leon?
Kate Sith when people have just started to learn the game. Got the demo
No, wait. So Kate Sith is an amazing.
What are all the
one-off and mono lightning?
Bring up all the 1-drop forwards.
Yeah, fine.
We're gonna go through this case by case.
Sure, fine.
Because there might be something we're just forgetting.
And the thing is, you can magic pot the Kate Sith and get a bigger
24.
Kate Sith.
There's 24.
Oof. Okay.
So no one's playing that.
Yuffie gets played a lot.
Yeah, people played that Yuffie.
Morgan hasn't played in such a long time.
Van, he plays a lot of Van. He played that Chocobo. He plays that Ninja.
No, so with Kate Sith.
Scroll down.
No, so with Kate Sith, they actually do one-of and mono lightning some decks.
Yeah.
People are playing Leo.
That's what I said.
Oh. Yeah. I thought you meant Leon.
I said Leo. I kept on saying Leo.
Yeah,
I thought you meant Leon. Sorry.
No one plays Leon except for me.
That's why I thought you said it.
No. Why would they want to break Leon if they can just get it back with the card?
And is this new Ramza? I mean, like, if this new Ramza was a thing, if it's in any of the decks, then I think playing Nash is better. Then playing Nash is better.
Yeah, but Ramza's bad.
But it was seeing play in a Worlds deck. That makes it. Surely that means it's better than bad. I think saying Rams is bad is just that's just your opinion, man.
I don't.
Which granted people tune in to hear, but still.
I don't think I really don't think Rams is worth it. But the only thing is like Leo, and even then he's like on niche cases, mostly in Earth Water decks. We can't look at an Earth Water deck that Nathan Cross brought. Oh no, that Nathan Cross gave to Jason Z, who went top 7.
This deck is bad. It's missing Cockatrice, says one of our listeners. I mean,
that's Vince.
Cockatrice is a pretty powerful thing.
I mean, I guess I would have liked Cockatrice.
Well, and in this deck, like Cockatrice actually would have been.
It would have saved. It would have saved the Noctis. So even if they
save your Noctis, save your Zidane, which is.
I'm not sure if you can find space for it, but anyways,
that's the problem with this archetype.
It's the same reason why
it's so crowded with good effects, and I think the Carbuncle is taking up the Cockatrice's space, and like if your Carbuncle comes back, like if when you cast your Carbuncle to protect something and it comes back to your hand, then it's immediately better than the Cockatrice would have been.
Well, also it makes Noctis probably kill the thing,
that's
not
true.
just survive.
Yeah.
Right? So yeah.
Which is also kind of flavor cool, because if you're playing through 15 on on the
And the
easy
carbuncle
mode, the
comes and helps
carbuncles
him.
come and save you.
Yeah, that is actually pretty cool.
That's a neat little thing.
Also, doesn't Noctis have a sort of cockatrice effect on himself?
Yeah, he's got to prevent
Yeah.
The
prevent
next
the
damage
to him.
to 0,
Yeah.
Yeah. So he kind of already has that. Almost. The other deck that he played was Ice.
So this is the last finals deck.
This mono Ice is much more refined, in my opinion.
Well, what do you mean by refined?
It was much more focused
Okay.
on what it wants to do.
Well, that's it. I just noticed it has to be because it's got room for the 6 package.
Yes.
And that takes up a lot of.
That
the
being
deck.
said, it has a lot of one-offs by comparison, right?
Yeah.
Like
But like
many more than the other Ice deck.
a
did.
turn 3 Sephiroth is very devastating though.
I think a turn any time a Sephiroth comes down, it can be quite devastating.
I mean, like it really depends to be honest. But by that time, you haven't like ditched your whole hand most of the time, and dealing with an AK is not the easiest thing to do.
This is my kind of ice deck, also.
It's an Ice deck. It's your kind of Ice deck.
No, that's not how ice decks work.
I know. Well,
I was not a fan of the whole Thermatorge nonsense.
Well, I mean, but nobody's anymore.
Nobody really was.
No, nobody liked it.
No,
But everyone insisted on playing it.
No, even people that played Turbo Discard say that it wasn't fun.
Yeah,
That's fine, but it's
like-
because won them games. That's all.
Yep. So it's not just because it's an ice deck.
All right.
Right. So I was looking at I was rubbing my eye. I was looking at the Devout. I was like, he's playing 4 Devout.
I like the Time Mage.
And I was like, what? Okay. So Time Mage is really good, man.
Yeah,
It just wins you games when you don't think that you could have won the game.
There are a lot of good targets for it.
Like Ulstein, Orphan,
Genesis,
The 6
fine.
package.
Sephiroth.
Yeah, everything. Laswell is even fine, I think.
You know what this deck could have used?
Are you gonna say Terra?
No.
Okay.
A one of Dark Sephiroth. Because when you don't need it, you can just use the S for the other Sephiroth. I think that would be nice.
Which dark? Oh, the 8 cost one.
Yeah.
I guess.
And that would make all of his decks.
But this doesn't actually have a light or dark card, does it?
It doesn't. That's what I'm saying.
Was the Emperor in any of this guy's decks? It wasn't, was it?
The Emperor's a backup.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah. There's the new Emperor.
The new Emperor is actually very good. The new Emperor.
I don't think anyone doubted that.
It just does so much. What was that? No joke.
They refused to run. Oh, were you allowed to have run Thaumaturge?
Oh yes. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So pretty much.
Oh, I didn't. I assumed after looking at these lists that
No.
Those are the ban had taken place.
No. The majority of the world's players, except for certain Turbo Discard players, said that this card like they were in unity to not play Thaumaturge.
I think that's fantastic. That's good job, you bastions of honor.
Honorable ice deck.
Yes, these are good honorable ice decks that will still ruin your day.
The classic Flan Sidolstein ice deck. I like it. I like it.
Yeah, there was
Grindy with payoff,
there
as opposed
was-
to.
You set them up and watch them fall. That's the beauty.
The
of
best
ice,
French
truly.
player, Luis Bardon, or something. His deck list went up, and then somebody was like, "Why aren't you playing Thaumaturge and Gesper?"
Hey, they could have been just like, why aren't you playing Thaumaturge and Gesper?
No.
That might just be like a serious consideration.
No, I mean
This is when Murad pulls up. It was actually a video comment.
Wow, okay.
So
Yeah.
anyway, yes. So
this deck is solid, obviously, with the 6 package.
it's just a more fun play style.
Yeah, no, like it's a more interesting deck to watch. It's a more interesting deck to play. It's a more interesting deck to play against.
I also think that it's actually better.
No,
literally, it's just
I
better.
agree. I'm glad that the cards got banned, but I never once really felt pushed out of the game.
Me
by
too.
it.
So, I don't
like-
see the big.
I was always more challenged by decks that were like this.
Okay, so okay, guys. Actually, what we do, we can go to the Turbo Discard that went.
No, we don't need. Let's
Wait,
just
hold on.
entirely disregard that.
No, wait, hold up.
Because we don't ever have to look at it again.
So this is the Japanese player that went top 8. And he plays Thaumaturge and Gesper.
Woo.
But it's actually a really interesting pick.
Deep Ground Soldiers.
Oh no,
Look,
No, wait.
Genesis. Genesis is everywhere.
I told you.
You
yeah.
cannot escape him.
No, Deep
The world needs a new hero.
Deep Ground Soldiers have been a
They're
core of
Really?
Yeah, they've been a core of Turbo Discard. Yeah.
Not in any of the lists that I'd seen up
Really?
until now. Wow.
No.
Okay.
Because you play Deep Ground and then you get Spirit and then you can still get a card.
I guess.
And then you also got like you said no flans. Flans are too slow. For example.
But this is I was gonna bring because I haven't played in ages. I didn't want to disagree with you immediately. But I was like, whenever I make decks, flans out and they auto include. I have to decide if I'm doing the flan thing or not.
Yeah,
because it takes a lot of space, and
Yeah.
you have to commit to it. And there are lots of other like chains of cards that take up lots of space, just like the 6 package.
Yeah.
But Genesis is eternal.
Genesis is the ice card that will be forever.
It is the true staple ice card.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad it was in Villains and Heroes.
Yeah, I kind of feel that way about VV. I'm hard pressed to put together a fire deck at the moment which doesn't run at least one.
Well, like I guess so, but most people run the backup now.
That's because Lulu's very enticing, but there are other backups that are also good.
Oh, it's because of small forwards. I actually presume the shift to go back to 3-drop, and because this meta right here, this is meta 6.5 when Turbo Discard was still
around.
Was still around. Yeah, see, look at this. Vince supported me. He says this is permanent Turbo. I actually think DGS is core of the Turbo Discard. You've got
it's just none of our local ones. Local players played it, and I'm not doubting you. It's just I never came across any list.
The person that comes to Spellbound does. But yeah, you play. So Renoa, Kazusa, Shiva, Mateus. What was it?
Somebody in the YouTube chat said Lagunas without foil marks. Okay.
So you know that the Earth Ice deck I bought, the one that talks about Matt Squall. I bought it on Wednesday.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
By the way, so everyone knows what Math Squall is.
Oh, because we
actually explained it last podcast.
Yeah.
Murad has the coolest Math Squall deck. I remember I saw you playing it.
Yeah, so what happened? So the thing is, right, and remember when I told you back in the other podcast, he always goes to damage?
It happened. I saw it happen.
Oh, always happens, right? And you know, it always happened ever since. I cut Laguna.
I know.
So I cut Laguna. Squall goes to the damage zone. I put Laguna back in. I get to draw all the squalls before the Laguna. And I'm just like, come on, guys.
It was a good time. It was a good time. You just.
This is stupid. Anyways, let's go back to.
You need to put the Lagunas back in.
I'll just draw all the squalls and no Lagunas.
Hey,
but that's okay. It's better that you get the squalls and you can just use the Lagunas as CP.
Yeah.
Then you're not getting the squalls. They're like build around card in the deck.
It's a real problem, guys. It's a real problem.
I think it's less of a problem than you might think.
So one of the cool things is it can go into Ysael turn 1 and Laguna Squall turn 2, and then Ysael Laguna Squall.
Oh,
and,
this is Mono Ice, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know my favorite thing about Deep Ground Soldiers and Mono Ice is if you start with the 2-drop one, you can actually just play all 3.
Yeah, it's really good.
I love that.
For an aggro deck, and also when he's running snow. So guys, I guess you can say hot opinion or unpopular opinion. Everyone is just saying, "Oh my God, this snow is so good." I think that this is probably one of the only decks that I would put snow in.
Yeah, I'd totally play snow in a Deep Ground Soldiers list.
Yeah. No, I mean, no, as in people saying you put him in anything. You put him in, a water ice. You put him in mono ice. You put him in earth ice. You put him anywhere.
There aren't really any other snows competing for the spot.
That's not the point, though. He's competing with Devout. Would you rather have this or Devout in the mid range to control decks?
I played against a lot of Chris ice decks.
Yeah.
He run that Earth Lightning deck was not the only deck that he plays that has lots of expensive backups.
No.
You can get away with playing expensive backups so long as they have powerful effects, like this one does.
No, but this effect is an aggressive effect.
Yeah. So
if you're playing lots of expensive backups with an aggressive effect, where are your cards that are paying off? They've been discarded to pay for the expensive backups.
I love that he's using this in his deck, and it actually works really well. If he drew it in the semifinals, he would have actually won.
Mm-hmm.
Or if he drew a Sarah, Sarah's a really interesting inclusion in this deck as well. But I do not think Snow is the be all. They're Snow is the best rare I've seen in 7 opuses. I was like, no.
Nah, it's not the same caliber as Zell.
I would argue Layla, but that's fine. Layla.
Zell kills Layla.
That's fine. Layla already got the value she wanted. But yeah, I don't know. It's just like the snow is great here, but like guys, snow's not that good. Trust me. Like whenever you're trying to build a deck, like I don't know with you, right? You try to build an ice deck. You want to limit the number of forecasts and higher backups, right? And I would rather put in 2 or 3 develops before I put in 1 snow.
I know you did qualify this by saying in this deck it's good, but I like how you've gone through a couple of these worlds decks now. So this card's bad, this card's bad.
Oh, I mean, it's just my opinion, man.
Yeah.
The opinions of Murad are not necessarily representative of the entire MogPod cast.
Yeah, and it's.
Oh, this one's good. Yeah, that's why we brought it up, because it had the guest Bethova.
Yeah. Actually, one of the last decks I want to talk about before we go was actually Nathan Cross's deck that I gave to Jason that he played. It was actually one of the fan favorites. And I actually really liked it as well. Look at this monstrosity.
Oh my god, of course you'd like this deck.
This is all over the place. Oh goodness.
This is a Earth Water.
It splashes the Phoenix.
Yep. I have this opus. I have returned to my roots, and like this Phoenix's resurgence. The fact that it has resurged like a phoenix. This opus has made me very happy.
So the thing that actually tipped this deck over the edge was the printing of the new Krill. To use as S for the old Krill, not to actually play her.
Oh, really?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Because like you want this Krill in the break zone, and then you just want to draw a Krill, whether it's this one or this one, it doesn't matter. And then you Phoenix, and then you win the game. That's pretty much it. It's a combo deck.
That Hecaton, every time I see it, because it looks pretty small, I keep seeing a Malboro. Not the card Malboro, but just a Malboro in general. Or just a big mouth.
Yeah.
That's what I keep seeing.
That Ramza is also such a weird include in this, but it has an Ovelia, I guess.
It has Shantoto to pay for it.
And it has
Chaos to pay for it.
But it's only really getting an extra buff from Ovelia, right? Nothing else I'm missing here, right?
Is there a wall in there?
The idea is just have Layla Viking so you can make it big enough, and then Ovelia pushes it over the top so it kills things.
So you got 7, 8, 9.
And you've got things like Leo
one
as
other
well.
forward.
With wall, it's a 9k, right?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that interaction.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I need to test this deck out before.
It's interesting.
I feel like 3 walls is
talking about there always being a Genesis. We haven't seen an Earth deck in so long that doesn't run a wall.
Yeah, well, wall is Earth's Genesis. Yeah. Everyone knows that. But yeah, so the Phoenix with Krill kills everything. It's amazing. Ovelia also makes Delita big, and Delita Layla Viking combo is actually not bad.
Oh, yeah, just having an 8k Delita in play is actually quite difficult for a lot of decks to efficiently remove.
Yeah, what does that Delita do again?
He gets +1k whenever he's chosen by a summon or ability.
You know who doesn't care about that?
Whom?
The Cooch!
I knew you were saying. I know that you know what he does, and I'm just like, just sitting here.
The Cooch. Oh man, reminds me of spaghetti.
Yeah.
Like it's spaghetti.
And so do you see here, right? So Jared, you kept on laughing when you were putting like a single.
No, I never said there was anything wrong with that.
So that only Earth deck that didn't run Cyclone Force was really Nash to kind of do the same thing. It's because it's so good.
I think I would probably just out of fear always include a Psycom Enforcer in any Earth deck I made.
Because those are like flans, right?
Yeah, there are things that you just need to be able to get rid of. Does it have a cost threshold? It's just any killer monster, right? When it comes in.
The Psycom Enforcer?
Is it optional?
2 or less.
2 or less. Okay, yeah.
Is it optional?
I think opponent controls, right?
Yeah, but is it optional then?
I don't know. We're gonna find out.
I mean, why? Why do you bring it up?
Because of Bablis.
Oh yeah, those things that. Yeah. Wait, is Bablis a Shiva in all situations?
It's a monster in all situations. Yeah.
It'd be funny if it was also a Shiva in all situations.
Yeah, you have to choose.
You have to choose.
but its opponent controls.
Wouldn't that have been great if it was a monster and a Shiva in all situations? Well, because then, like, Freak would have been
ridiculous.
a monster and an Ifrit in all situations.
If, like,
I mean, you could discard your Freaks to your...
Like,
that would have been cool.
Like, that would be so...
That would've been cool.
If Babylus was also a Shiva, because, like, then it would just find, like, a Shiva that's already powered up.
you could also just find another Babylus.
That's like... Yeah. It's,
Oh, wow.
It's just...
No.
Yeah, you just
We
chain
can't do
them
that.
into each other, and then you finally get the... No.
Well, the other thing I forgot to mention, Leo can bring in Rams as well, because he makes
Oh, yeah,
all
I
your...
guess so.
But yeah, so
So
there's...
there are 3 Leos, 2 Shantoto.
And like Geldas and Nidhogg are just strong cards, I guess. And whenever you have like Layla Vikings, you usually have enough CP to play Nidhogg.
What are the
Just,
other targets for Phoenix? Is it just Krill? There's Viking.
No, Viking.
Oh, and Ramza, right? Or no, Ramza. That's the
Wait,
Ramza
wait.
that costs heaps, not the. Not
No,
the other way around.
no. Vikings no, because Vikings 3 cost.
Oh, it's a 3-cost Viking. Oh, okay, all right. So the only targets are Krill.
Yeah, that's all you need. And Leo.
Alright.
And Leo. That's all you need, man. All you need.
Oh yeah. So that means like they're never trying to play their Krill, which is awkward because like that Krill's pretty good when you've got Hecatonka in play. Oh, sorry, not Hecatonka.
I mean, like-
that's a good. It's good to have that Krill in play when you cast a Hecatonka.
I guess so. I mean, I think if you're desperate, you can still play that Krill. But yeah.
Well, she's sticky and she buffs your fight sticks.
Like, yeah, her ability to protect yourself from her abilities is like super relevant.
Why is there a Nidhogg in here?
It kills things that can't be killed. Like,
Sure, that's what the card does, but why is it here?
there are
because
other
like
cards that do
with
that too.
like Vanille, right? How are you gonna deal with Vanille?
Shantoto?
Yeah.
I guess so, yeah.
I'm not super jazzed. I've never really liked Nidhogg. I can never find
Nidhogg's a
space
good
for
card.
it.
Oh, I love Nidhogg. He's so awesome. You're just like, Nidhogg. And your opponent's like...
Well put, Chris.
Like,
And you put it like,
Yeah, your opponent copies you. They go, Nidhogg. They lose a thing, and then you go, no. Or if you're Gabby, you go Magic Pop for like the 9th time. Here's another Nidhogg.
Or another Runoa. Or,
Yeah.
Okay.
See, this is what I say. Your opponent copies you. They go, Nidhogg. That's the correct pronunciation of Nidhogg. Yeah, Nidhogg.
It's got a silent yeah.
Fair enough.
It's not
Or
silent.
the opposite of a silent
Yeah, the opposite of a silent yeah. An unspelled yeah.
Yes. Anyways.
So now we know why it's in the deck.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, I think if other people wanted to go at this deck, if they cut into talk, they might find a weakness. Because I mean, this deck was excessively tested.
Yeah.
By all means. And so
But-
I think when they tested it, they were like, we need something else that kills something. I'm up
You know,
That's good.
I think Nidhogg's an excellent card.
Yeah, that wasn't me going, it shouldn't be here. This is why is it here?
Yeah. I'm sure you
Were
can
there any
search
decks
Ramza,
that
can't you?
ran any decks that made it to the top 8 that ran Sin?
No sin to be no sin inside. But also because it's Opus 6.5. It's not Opus 7.
Yeah, I
Because-
suppose you're going to get strangled out in a lot of your games by Turbo S.
Yeah, and also because they want to play decks that they're so familiar with. You can't just go ahead and unless you like already know what you're doing, like Mono Wind, like, for example. A lot of people bought Mono Wind with Yurin Chinlika. That deck is very intuitive and you can still play it, and that's fine. But it's because people just wanted to play what they wanted to know, and they didn't go too far out.
Sephiroth. That's quite a ballsy move if you don't have lots of time to test to see Sephiroth. You
But-
got to
but-
put faith in it.
But you instantly find out it's so good. No, honestly, like, when you just see it and when you see it get played against you, you're like, I have to play differently against Ice now. You have to take a
I feel
wild
like there were
guess.
a lot of risky inclusions, and at least in the finalists decks.
That's probably why the final.
Yeah, like that. Yeah,
So,
I think that's probably exactly why they made it all the way to the end, because their decks were unique. I think in the meta.
Yeah.
Like
Toby bought a Mono Lightning without Alcid.
oh, I suppose you'd want to talk about.
No. we don't want to talk about it. I just wanted to show people the Mono Lightning list.
No one's playing that Ramza that you said was terrible.
Oh, that's the deck that was playing it. But yeah, I still don't think it's good.
I was playing thing Majuk. That one, yeah. The
This
one
one
that
here?
finds no, the other one.
Zept?
Yeah, Zapped. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, Zept is good. Sam's
Never move in all situations.
Sid Previa is actually really good as well.
So, one thing I've been
Monolighting.
thinking about in mono lightning decks, I guess especially, is the new X deck.
Oh yes.
Nobody wants to play that. What's that? Oh, they're playing Azul. That's cool.
Yeah, because they're playing
There's a
this guy to
Golbez.
search for it. There's a one-off Golbez.
That's amazing.
You know what I found something cool with that Golbez?
What?
For game, okay?
Yeah.
For game, you'll pay anything to win.
Yeah.
But like, so for game, right? You only have a Illawa and a Zenith, and your opponent's like, "Aha! I see 2 Illawa in your break zone. You can't Illawa S me, right?" And then you go attack with Illawa, right? And they're like, block. And you're like, "Aha! You can't S." And then you go Zenith, pay 8.
Wait, which Zemus?
That's Zenith.
Can you only use that in main phases?
Oh, oops.
It was only during your turn.
Oh, okay, that's fine. So you do it in main phase. Sorry.
Okay,
you do it in main phase. You pay 8.
You
get back.
You do it in the main phase. You say to your opponent, "Look over there," and
Yeah.
then
Stop
you
paying attention to
you can't do
just
the there's 2 in your break zone.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. No, okay. So pretty much, you Zemus back the Golbez, and that gets you an Illawa, and then you can attack, and then the Illawa would activate your Zemus, and your Zemus can attack as well. Because your Zemus is dope.
And the Golbez.
And the Golbez. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can attack with three forwards by just doing that.
I really like this
That's
mono
pretty
lightning
sick.
list. This is an inspired mono lightning list.
Yeah.
It's got your favorite monster in it, Murad.
Yeah, Behemoth.
Yeah.
But Behemoth is just like a 3-cost killer thing.
You know why?
That's how I see it, right?
Do you know why you can play this? I feel because there's no Elcid.
There's no answer, yeah.
It opens up your 3 shot slot.
The Azuls and the Behemoths are the Elcids.
Yeah, I mean, like, but it's kind of
I
smart.
also really like the Sid Previa. Sid
Yeah.
Previa is one of the reasons I want to play Lightning at the moment.
Sid Previa, I think, is going to be a staple in.
What does it
Lightning.
do again?
He's a 6-cost backup. When he comes in, you put a 3-cost backup in your break zone
that's
into
right.
play.
Lightning.
Sorry, Lightning
And
backup.
that's the new Elcid, basically, right? Combos with that other lightning backup.
Well, no one plays the other lightning back, which is really sad.
Okay.
I would have thought that thing would seem.
I feel like
really strong.
I feel like he's winning first time. Like someone's gonna play him and it's gonna do really well, but just not right now.
Because it sits in your break zone and threatens 9k.
But yeah, so that's interesting. His Mono Earth is actually really interesting too. He bought Mono Earth too, which is very brave, I would say. What's interesting was that the girl who forgot her name has only one search target. Do you know what the search target is?
Hang on. What does it find again?
A WAF character.
Oh, okay. I'm not looking at the deck that we get.
Oh god, why? Why? It's a terrible thing.
No.
Wait, is it Tama?
It's not
No,
Tama.
because it has to be forward.
It's
He said a WAF character.
It finds a WAF forward.
Okay.
Forward.
So, anyways, I'm just gonna say.
It's a card that has betrayed us so many times, Chris.
Betrayed us?
It's betrayed us so many times.
A WAF forward that's betrayed us so many times.
It's a 2-cost WAF forward
It
that
has
has
to be
betrayed
Earth.
us.
Has to be Earth because it's Mono Earth, yeah.
A 2-drop WAF forward that's betrayed. Oh my god. From episode 1?
Yes.
Oh my god. Serafie!
There are 3 Seraphies in this
Okay,
game.
So the thing is, right? Wait a minute. So
That is the ballsiest choice.
Yeah.
No, okay. So the thing is, right? I play Serafie in my Dawn of the Gilgamesh deck, and it's actually really good because on the turn that you win, I don't care what the opponent is getting because I'm getting like the Emperor and going for game, but that doesn't matter for this deck, right? What he wants to do with it is turn 1. Play girl with the forgot her name, and then find Serafie, and then play Serafie for free. Because in this format, you can actually manipulate which decks go first. So he always plays the Mono Earth as if he's going first.
Yeah.
Right. So if he has Serafie turn 1, cool. He just plays Serafie for free.
Yeah.
If he doesn't have Serafie, but he has like 5 cards.
That's actually pretty sneaky.
Right. He can play that, search it, play it, and gets a 0-cost 6k, and that's it.
That's pretty nice.
Right. So that's That's pretty spicy, I guess.
And I guess also in an environment where there are lots of Thaumaturges and Gespers, that's kind of it's less offensive, I think, to play your Serafie. You get more cards in play.
Yeah. I mean, like other than that Gilgamesh deck and other than this niche thing when you can guarantee that you're going first,
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure you
And
will do that.
that's the new push there, isn't it? The
Yes,
nine
yeah.
cost
So
one.
and you play. So Modern Earth is actually really good with this all push. I always have this dilemma of like, I want to play this push, but I don't really want to play other pushes. Like, because this 2-drop push is the best push, right? And I almost remember I showed you a deck when I only played the 2-drop push. I'm like, she's
right.
good enough in Modern Earth to just run that 2-drop push. Like, honestly, guys. But I guess now you got the 9-drop push to bring it in. I guess you can maximally get discounted to like, what, 4 CP, which is nice, I guess. Yeah. But I think the main thing is to get it with the push, because the push can bring her in and kill something, and then you can just attack.
Otherwise, it's a pretty straightforward deck.
Well, it's a mono Earth deck.
Yeah, it's the most straightforward
But
archetype.
that's Serafie, though.
Well, okay.
I like that. I like the Zezets here. The Zezets here are interesting. Tying it back to the start of the podcast. What we were talking about.
Yeah. Because of the Leo. Leo makes him
And
deal.
Shantoto.
Shantoto only gets him one activation, though.
Yeah, but a lot of the time that's all you need. Like I said, the activate, like that's so immensely powerful.
Yeah, because that was cool. Anyways,
Right.
let's just wrap it up, guys.
Yeah,
Wrap it
that's
up.
it.
Actually-
It's an hour and a half. That's
Yeah.
our time.
So, yeah. Just before we go, no. 1 second. I was just thinking.
Okay, yeah.
So.
He looks so pleased with himself there, that Psychoman.
It's like, I am a Psychoman
He's just
Enforcer.
like, hello, I walked into the room.
He doesn't realise that he's about to get cut down by a small child with a boomerang.
Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to, like, subscribe, do all those.
We've got Facebook, we've got Twitter, we've got
all
Instagram.
this
Do we have
stuff.
Instagram?
No, Instagram's too hard.
Okay, well, we don't have Instagram.
Yeah.
We've got Twitch, we've got YouTube, we've got other things also.
iTunes podcast.
Um,
I did. And go Patreon. But also, guys, if any new players are coming in, I always try to recommend the FFTCG resources.
Tab on the page, right?
Yeah, I always try to update it. There's
a lot of stuff on the.
So
resources
guys,
page.
so all of this stuff here, I want to add. If you guys can see that, I want to add to the FFTCG resources when I have time. But yeah, anyways, I've got a fillable PDF, a lot of cool stuff. So for anybody new that wants to know this thing, just direct them here. It's really, really cool. Anyways.
And if you have anything interesting that you think we've missed, be sure to send it to us.
Yep.
And we're also still looking for community designs, so send those through to the email.
And we want to tell you that next week we won't be here.
Yeah, we probably won't be able to make next week.
But the week after that will be the finale of sorts, the finale for the season.
Oh, for the year?
For the year. Well, will be for the season. I'll just start a new season.
All right.
Yeah.
We're just starting the seasons now. Whenever we want.
Yeah.
Actually, the next season actually started halfway through this episode.
Wow.
That's the secret cliffhanger we're going to leave you with.
That's
We're
it.
actually in next season.
I wasn't quite halfway through. It was the grand finale of season 3 was Serafie.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
What's this guy saying? He's saying Fedora of MTG.
Oh, just ignore him. He's a troll.
Okay. No. Anyways, thanks for listening, guys. Do you guys want to say bye-bye? No. Okay.
I don't want to go.
Yeah, can I do the outro today?
Just seize it, Chris. Take it.
Okay, wait. If you do it badly, I will redo it. Okay, go.
Okay. The person to the most extreme right of the number 1 potato boss out.